Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of Car Talks. Now today it's a very different day, of course, but today I'm here filming with the 2015 Range Rover Sport. So this car is the 3 litre V6 diesel model. This car ranges from about £67,000. That's if obviously you're buying it retail and new. If you're buying it trade, obviously there's better deals out there. And now obviously it's 2015 model, you're going to get a better price. This car is one of the most well-known cars, I wouldn't say common car, but it's a very sought after car as it's a very luxurious brand and, well, it has a very good road presence. I like the car. It's gone for the two-tone model, so it's got the silver edging on the top of the roof. It actually has a panoramic roof. I don't know if you can see that. Panoramic roof. It's got the 21-inch rims with the Brembo red brake calipers on this model. It's gone for the black and chrome xenon lights. It has a 0 to 60 time. Well, it doesn't really matter about the 0 to 60 time just because it's a Range Rover. I like this model of car. It looks smart, business-like. Actually, it's not that big. I mean, there's not a massive difference between this and the Vogue, but I think it's a pretty decent car, to say the least. It's got an 8-speed transmission in this model, which I find interesting because a lot of cars I've driven are between 6 and 7 gears. I mean, I think nowadays they go up to 9. I've seen that in some of the Mercedes. We can have a look and go inside. So it's already open. But as you can see, it's got, well, I would start with this off with this. It's got the standard windows, door lock, child lock on here. If you can see that. No, it doesn't want to focus. Brilliant. Okay. It's got the wing mirrors, which are over here. It's got a couple of speakers, door locks, and then this is actually here, the seat memory, I believe, because this has got electric seats, so electric seat systems are here. It's got lumbar support. It's got obviously the normal adjuster here, which, as you know, it changes the seat combination. So it's got 3 settings. So if we sit inside, that's annoying. I'm going to turn on the car because the steering wheel's not straight. So the start button's up here next to the normal dash. So if I turn it on, as you can see, it's all got like this new graphic dial. I'm not a massive fan of it, but some of you may be. I like the traditional dials like you'd see in my car in the M3. It's got all touch screen, so it's got home, setup, parking sensors on this. You've got just general touchscreen here. It's got all the auto settings. It's actually got a take me home, which actually I believe, as it says, you put in your home address, you click on that, and that will create that. Audio and video, sat nav. There you go. It brings up the map. Got the phone. Picks up your phone. Audio and video. Which brings up the sort of general audio facilities. In here we've also got the glove compartment, which opens that up. I'm not going to show you too much of that. But as I was saying on the video earlier, it's got like a nice leather trim here all the way across, as well as it sort of matches up here where it's got the cream cotton material to sort of match the leatherings, as you can see, sort of all round. It's got that, lots of space, 3 seats in the back, and also it's got this mesh here. It's like a mesh material which covers the panoramic roof, which I found interesting. I was playing it with it earlier. It's rather loud, this, but as you'll see, it opens up the panoramic roof system. And I always, as I said, I always enjoy a panoramic view because if you, once being in the car, you'll feel that it brings out a hell of a lot more light. Actually, this goes a lot further, it feels like it goes a lot further back than the X5. I don't know if it's the same, but it feels a lot more spacious. I don't know if it's because the cream's a different colour and it's bouncing off. But yeah, there's the general view outside the front. Yeah, it's slightly more boxy, this car. It's a lot more square, but you can see those nice trims on the front. The grills, which if you look on the outside, they say Range Rover down here. So below the main sort of setup screen, we've got the climate control system, which we've got the front screen, if it's freezing, the rear air conditioning, and it's quite hot in here. It's actually got a CD player. I didn't know they did the CD player still in these, but yeah, it's got a nice grey trim here with also some chrome in this model. Gear stick, pretty standard. Park for parking, forward for reverse, pull it back for drive, and then you throw it to the left for sport. Here's all like the differentials on this side of things. So we've got like the normal drive, we've got the snow mode just here. We've got if you're going off-road, and then this is like a desert sort of terrain. It looks like it's got like a little it looks like a cactus. And then this is if you're, I imagine this being hill support. This is traction control, and then this is just raising the car height, I believe. Something to do with the differentials, but this is the parking button, and this is the start-stop button. Got some storage in there. Don't need to really see that. It's got general. I'll show you this side of the car. It makes it a little bit easier. Got some speakers over that side. It's also got a memory seat this side as well. And also, like, that's just the door handle, and then side storage down there. Let's turn it off. Turn off the car. One thing I find really cool about having this key. So if I show you, but automatic wing mirrors. So that double click closes it up. This on here also has got the boot button. There's probably lots of stuff in there, but you see that open up pretty easily. Fortunately, you can't press it again to close it, so you've got a little button if it wants to focus. There we go. Got a button on the bottom of the boot, and it closes up nicely. So going into the back of the car, it's got to lock the doors, buttons there. It's got more speakers, so this is pretty specced up in terms of the speaker side of things. It's got I think it's adjustable seat here. It moves the seat up so you can, pull the seats down. It's got climate control. Actually, it's got heated seats in the back, which is super fantastic. More speakers over there. Exterior light, nice panoramic view here. Mind the mess, but storage in the back for magazines and stuff. Petrol cap is on the right hand side, so driver's side in the UK. It's also got this, it's called a keyless lock, where if you have the key in your pocket, the door will open. And it's also got a keyless go, which is really nice. Down here we've got also another boot button, as you might be able to see. Welcome inside the Range Rover Sport. So got the key here, but it is a keyless start, so you don't need that. I'll just put that to the side. One thing I do say about this car that I dislike, so I'll show you a clip of it, but the start-stop button is, so you sit in your steering wheel, it is almost like behind this part of the steering wheel here, up in the top left-hand corner of sort of the driving position. But other than that, I mean, it's clean cut, really luxurious. That's the one thing I find isn't good about this car. It's just slightly awkward to get to. But normally, like on other cars I've been in, they've been just to the left side or just to the right side of the driving column, so like the steering wheel, etc. But I guess there's other gizmos, and depends how they've obviously designed it. But personally, I wouldn't have designed it that way. So we're going to go for a little drive in this motor. I'm going to reverse it back. It's not the... It just feels a lot bulkier than other cars I've been in. It seems a bit more... If I brake, it's a bit more clunky, but it doesn't feel like a sports utility vehicle. So the SUV that a lot of people try and understand, it is an SUV, but as a sports utility vehicle, it just feels like a luxury cruiser to me, this. So armrest is always nice. This is the driving position. You don't really need to get any more uncomfortable or comfortable in this car. It's really, really comfortable. You're not in it for speed, you're in it for just pure luxury, really. Steering wheel itself, I would say it needs to be a little bit thicker for me, but that's just me because I've got slightly larger hands. But it's good in terms of the size of the steering wheel. You can get your fingers across the whole part of the paddle shifts if you want to use those. All the buttons are pretty clear, so it does look generally quite luxurious. Dials are clear on the speedo and revometer. As I said before, I don't really like the digital dial. It makes it look clean finished once you turn the car off, but I do prefer it where you've got the pins, you know, like the needle pins. With that, also the home menu, as they call it on this car. The home menu is very clear. It's got a lot of different settings compared to a lot of different cars I've been into. Like, it's got the audio and video. I don't really know what the video does because you're going to be driving a lot of the time. Unless you've got lots of people in the car and you've got people in the back, that's when you're probably going to use it. Sat-nav is really clear, as I showed you a few moments ago. Parking sensors all round, so it's generally going to be an easy car to park. It's not as big as the Vogue. It's a bit bulkier than a few other cars that I've been in. In terms of performance, it's not a performance car, but it's got 306 horsepower, diesel, 3-litre V6 engine, so it's probably quite similar to the new S5 engine, but obviously it's not 2.2 tons. That's what this weighs, so you're going to have to give it a little bit of something to get it going. And I think the 0 to 60 time in this is something around the 7 or 8 mark. Not that you're going to be doing those type of speeds, but as cars go, that's pretty impressive for the weight of this thing. See, that you put your foot down. Oh, it does move, this thing. Jesus. Wow. I was actually not expecting that at all. But generally, really awesome, really luxurious. And that's all I've really got to say about this car, to be honest. Everything does what it says. I don't really know about the differential side of things, in terms of I don't have any snow around, so I won't be able to use that to show you what it does. The off-roading, I don't think the owner would let me do a load of off-roading in this at this point, and plus it's actually quite dry, so the sun is actually out for January, which is nice in the UK. And then I don't actually know what that other one is. It has like a cactus on it, so I'm assuming that's just a different type of terrain that you would use this car on. But most people, as we know, in the UK and around sort of lower parts of London, they use them to ship their kids around, or they just generally use them to look nice. It's a nice car to drive around, so why wouldn't you use this car as a nice automobile to be driving in? Hi guys, thanks for watching again in the 2015 Range Rover Sport. If you'd like to get on YouTube or get on Instagram, give us a like, give us a follow, and give us a comment, see what you think about this one. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a different car again to share with you guys. Thanks again, and see you next time.